Well, hello, General Hospital Daily Recap fans. Today's daily recap is for Wednesday, August the 16th, 2023. Wednesday, August the 16th. Well, let's see what's happening in GH land. We had Gladys storming into the PCPD demanding that she gets a restraining order against Cody. So, reluctantly, Max says, look, the police officers can handle that because, he snuck in and he made Sasha worse. Oh, sure. They're believing that. Well, Dante didn't believe her. Right. So anyway, um, Cody is talking to Sam and there was the restraining order against Cody. That's what Gladys wanted. Cody was talking to Sam saying he snuck in and for sure he feels absolutely Sasha's being drugged and they need help. She needs help. And so he asked Sam, you got to look into it. So Cody goes to the PCPD telling Dante they need to look into it. They're supposed to protect and serve, and Sasha's not being protected. And as he's ranting and raving, Gladys comes out from where the courthouse part is and with her restraining order. She slaps it on Cody's chest. See, now had he took something and slapped it onto her, she'd have been, hey, no, arrest him. He hit me. So anyway, Cody goes crazy on her and he goes, Sasha is scared and cornered, and you're making her feel that way. You are doing something. You don't know what you're talking about. And so he goes, I'm gonna make you feel scared and cornered. See, just like Cody finally told Sam, Cody needs to tell Dante, and forget that, everybody. Cody needs to tell Sonny. That's who Cody needs to tell. They need and have Gladys's the records looked into, and they would clearly see Gladys is still in the money. So that whole mishap is on Cody, right? He has not told the right person. Period. And I'm sorry, he did tell Sam. So Sam, why aren't you having Spinelli hack into the accounts and look at the records? That would have been done 2-3 weeks ago. That would have been done before Sasha even did what she did. So I'm not happy with the way all of that is transpiring, right? So we have Ava meeting Trina up there by the pool. We have once Trina sees Spencer and the cutest one, all cuteness in the house. He was in the pool with his big brother, just having fun. And Nina comes up, sits down and talks to Ava. Oh, Nina's just priming, pumping. What's happening? Something's going on, and I want to know. I have a right to know. And Ava said, no, look, Nina, this does not involve you. So she says, if it involves Sonny, it involves me. And Ava said, no, this does not involve you, right? And it's my dog, Oliver. And if I could tell you, I would. But you know what? It's better if you are left out of this for your own safety. Oh, so Nina goes, well, when you finally decide to tell me, I'll be willing to listen. And she stomps off. And Ava looks like, I ain't telling you. Because I'm getting ready to go find Austin and run my mouth and tell him everything I know. Really, Ava? Really? So now we also have what's her name? Willow and Michael. They go to a hospital for her checkup, and she got glowing reviews, so much so she could go outside now. She can take Wiley to the lake on the property. They could actually go to the park. She just can't go to large gatherings. And absolutely, Terry Randolph says, oh, coming back to work is out of the question right now. Oh, no. Her immune system is not up for that, which we knew. We knew that. And so Terry says, no, not until you are in 100% remission will we consider talking about you coming back to work. So I'm glad that Terry, laid down the law with Willow. And Michael noticed Dex there. And Dex kind of eyeballed him. but not like, hey, boss, no. So Michael, after Willow went in to see the doctor, which I'm surprised Michael didn't go into, but he went over and he talked to Dex. He goes, what are you here for? He goes, the boss has me surveying. And he goes, really? He says, anything I need to know about? He goes, no, not really. He goes, I don't even know the true details, but he was watching, some folks there, Austin and cousin. And he goes, yeah, I'm on surveillance. So Dex sees Mason going into Austin's office. I don't know that he actually saw Betty, but Betty did go in there. Or maybe they did. Maybe I missed that part where Dex saw Betty go by. But Betty went in first. Austin didn't even know she was coming. Betty tells Mason, meet me in your cousin's office. It's like, wait, for what? She goes, I have the information. See, that's what was interesting to me. She never would have given the information to Austin. So why would you need to meet Mason in Austin's office? You'd be giving the information straight to Mason, right? And she's telling him, this is the information. Oh, she's just cat's meowing it. This is the information on the Pikeman deal and blah, blah, blah. And I got it. And, so he's like, well, the boss is going to be pleased. Okay. Boss is going to be pleased. All right. So anyway, they have that conversation. And now the next thing we go to, let me go back to poor Sasha. The nice nurse, she came in and she's looking at Sasha. She goes, Sasha, have you been given some drugs? And so have you been taking some drugs? And she's like, no, they're giving me something. And she's like, because what's prescribed here on this chart, what you're exhibiting is not a symptom. This is of something else that's causing you to be this way. And as she's saying that, the doctor, of course, comes walking in. Now, this guy's not on staff there. And see, truth be told, he is appointed to her just to evaluate her for the judge. He's not her personal psychiatrist. But look, he's even taken over as doctor, which is interesting to me. Something's not right there. They have a dedicated medical staff at Ferncliff. So why is it the Ferncliff physician is not examining Sasha? This person is just a psychiatrist, period. Right? But see, writing, that's the way they're writing this. Okay? So he goes, nurse, and he kind of beckons her to the hall. And she goes, doctor, something is not right. With what's prescribed to her on this chart, she should not be. He goes, she's completely incoherent. He goes, that shouldn't be happening. He goes, she's taking drugs. I think somebody's sneaking drugs in. She's a very, wealthy person. She's having people bring her drugs. And she goes, but nobody comes in to see her. And she goes, that's why I had some blood work ordered. And he looked and he goes, listen, I want everything regarding this patient to come through me. And I'm thinking, no, everything regarding this patient should come through the Ferncliff doctor on staff, medical doctor, right? And so she goes, oh, I hope I didn't overstep. He says, no. He goes, look, I will review the results myself. I'll handle that. I'm thinking, see, they better not let this go too long because this is ridiculous. Hey, and everybody, doesn't it look like she had that baby? Did she not take any maternity leave off? Because I'm looking at her and I'm like, wait a minute, girl. You look like you're actually getting fit in your stomach because to be 9 months, I'm not seeing. Well, actually, this is August. So really, this should be June's taping. And she had her baby May 21st. So I don't know. Wow. I don't know if she took 2 weeks off, right? But anyway, the mean nurse, he tells her, listen, I'm having, come in, we got a problem. So she goes, what, doctor? I feel she's using drugs. Somebody's sneaking drugs into her. And she goes, wait, what, in here? And so he goes, I think it's, let's just call this chick's Robin. I don't know her name, but she reminds me of Robin. I think Robin, I want her reassigned. And she goes, wait a minute. Robin is one of our best nurses. He goes, I'm not accusing her. I just want her reassigned so we can see if Miss Gilmore gets better. So I just want to let you know. So she goes, well, okay, doctor. And so then Robin comes up to Nurse Ratchet and says, Dr. So-and-so, not Montague, but the doctor there told her that I'm being reassigned. She goes, did I do something wrong? And she says, no, I mean, I don't know. She played it off like she didn't know because she didn't want to be the bearer of bad news or whatever, right? But now she has the chart. But see, here's the thing. Just by the interaction the abrasive nurse had with the doctor, she's not working with him. She's not in cahoots with him. She gave the excuse to Robin, says, how these visiting doctors are. They come in here and they feel like they could run the place better than we can, So she's going into Sasha's room and she's trying to get her vitals and see how she's doing. And who comes sneaking around the corner but Sam? Sam snuck in. Sam snuck in there. And she's listening and she's hearing Sasha just melt down because the girl went to go check, the shunt they have in Sasha's hand to make sure it was safe, stable and secure. And Sasha freaked out like she freaked out with Cody because she was knocked out. The doctor knocked her out, but then she kind of woke up when the chick was moving her arm. Oh my goodness. And Sam was trying to peek through the grates, but she could hear how Sasha was screaming and get out, just going crazy. So Sam is going to come out of there saying, okay, no, something really ain't right, right? But if Sam keeps sneaking in, Sam's going to end up detained in there. Watch. She's going to end up being drugged and kept in there. And it's going to need Cody and Dante to save her, right? So now we have Spencer. Spencer is at the pool with cuteness in the house. And he's having so much fun with the baby in the water. And they get out and they're dressed and they're talking to Trina, and Trina's like, yo, this hat, she had a hat like this, sun hat like this. Her mother had it, and it just made her sad because she started thinking about what her mother was going through, yada, yada, yada. And Esme's in the background just listening to the whole conversation, right? And so Spencer says, well, if you're so worried about her and you feel she really needs you, Trina, why don't you go and spend some time with your mother? And she looked at him. She goes, yeah, I think I will. I'm thinking, no, Portia's grown and Portia's at work. You want to spend some time, go spend some time with your mama when she gets off work at home. Right? So anyway, he's still talking to little Ace. Trina's gone. And Esme comes with a little bikini cover and her little bikini under it. And she goes, oh, I can't wait. She goes, I saw from your text you were bringing him to the pool. I was hoping I would catch you here. And so she's says, I can't wait to get Ace in the water with me. So of course she takes off her little bikini cover, unties it, and Spencer glances up. But he's not staring, but he glances at her and turns his head, and we get a little Mr. Cuteness in the house, closes his eyes too, and puts the ball up like, girl, cover up, mama. Cover up. Now. So then they had a scene with the three of them in the pool playing. Cute little family. See, all this cute little family scene stuff. Cute little family scene. So then, of course, Trina brings her mother some caffeine, little latte, and they're talking. Portia's looking for upgrades on how to upgrade the house for Curtis's return. But anyway, The next good part was Selena Wu. She's sulking in the doorway, telling Curtis, "I've come to see how my friend is doing." Curtis is like, we're not friends. And she goes, "We are." He goes, "No." So she goes, "Well, we're business associates. And you look like you have a lot of recovery to do." And she goes, "Let me help you by taking the Savoy off your hands." And he goes, "Why would I want you to take the Savoy off my hands?" And at that, she goes, "Because you need to concentrate on your recovery. And I would be, Savoy would be in good hands with me." And Marshall comes in, he goes, "The Savoy is not for sale." And she looks at him, "Mr. Marshall Ashford, nice to see you." She goes, "I'm just here out of goodwill because he is in no shape to run a nightclub." And so Marshall says, "But family is." See, Curtis has a family, and we're going to pitch in and we're going to help him with the Savoy until he can handle it all himself. And Curtis says, "Look, my legs might not be working, but my brain is fine." Right? He's like, my brain is fine." And so she goes, "I just look, if you find later that it is more than you imagined, my offer stands." And she goes walking out. She's looking at Marshall, and Marshall's looking at her. And I thought, uh-oh. See, Selena ordered a hit on Marshall. Yikes, it's getting ready to get crazy up in here because unfortunately, Marshall is going to find out that Curtis has been letting that illegal gambling go on in the back room. And that is not going to be pretty, right? Because now how you explain that, Mr. Goody Two Shoes, judgmental on everybody else, what you've been letting going on, especially when Marshall went to Portia's office and told her that Nika called and said she's over her head. Checks need to be signed, the books need to be, she can only do so much. And so Marshall said, "You and I got to step in and help with that Savoy." So it's getting ready to get on and popping with how that's going to clash with Selena Wu and her activities at that club. I can't wait to see what's going to happen there. So anyway, that's it on GH today. Let's go to Comment Corner. Comment Corner. A lot of comments I already know. I will not be able to get through them all, but I'm going to set my trusty dusty timer and we're going to get going. Kathy says, "It was a fake account without a secured password." And then Cheryl says, "The writers are on strike. The writing is not like it used to be back in the day." Well, look, the writing hasn't been the way it used to be back in the day for years. Lord have mercy. Oh dear says, "Miss Wu can't get Curtis to sell her the Savoy, and his father stepped in and told her it is not for sale. See the amount of havoc. Let's see the amount of havoc she's going to create." Let's see that they give in to her. I know. "Mac is surely taking a long time to investigate the illegal gambling." He's actually not investigating the illegal gambling. He's mainly, well, that's part of it. But like he said, he wants something bigger on Selena Wu. And the reason why he hasn't cracked down on the illegal gambling is Cody is there, right? Which, come on now, you're not supposed to be that compromised, Mac. And so O'Dear says, "Even though Avery's father is a mob boss and Ava's a former mobster, I see her being scared of having that evil replace that evil reprehensible vicious nanny from heck around her daughter." Well, you know what? She's nervous now, right? But what was she sure trying to do? She was sure trying to convince Sonny to hire that irreprehensible evil nanny before Sonny squeezed the information out of her. See? So under Ava's own actions that Nanny was going to be there. Now she's, oh, oh, shut up, Ava. Right? Let's see. The woman didn't even wait to show how evil she was. Look how hard she slapped Ava in her face. I am waiting for her demise. Now she thought she's found the mother lode. She is so pleased with herself. Yes, she is. Sandy says Needy Nina needs to learn not to just burst into Sonny's office demanding answers. She needs to know Sonny's business is not her business. Ted King is coming back probably as a new character, or maybe Alcazar's alive. I'm hoping a new character. Could be an Alcazar cousin. You know how they look. How many times has the actor playing Todd slash Franco slash Austin, how many times he been back? Right? So playing somebody different each and every time. So let Alcazar play somebody different. Could be a cousin, but I see him as Pikeman. I see him as Pikeman, and I could like him because he's handsome. Ooh, I could see him and Carly getting hooked. Well, if he's Pikeman, Sonny ain't gonna let Carly get involved with him. But anyway, I am says Alcazar could be involved. He was supposed to have died after marrying Sky. He and Sky had Bella Blue. Actually, her name was Lila Ray, named after Lila Quartermain. Lila Ray was her name. I think that was their daughter's name. Tom says they're making Cyrus the Paul Tuck boss. I could see that too. I could see it being Cyrus. Tom says Valentine burned the house to get rid of files in Anna's house. He may be brainwashed double agent for the, you said DVX, do you mean WSB? And Daisy says Gabe is fine, even though you said Gabe, but it's Gabe is fine and Dex is hot. I don't know how hot Dex is, but Gabe is fine. Fine, young man. Yolanda says, remember that Sonny and Brick have a tracking device inside that download data that Betty has. This is interesting for me. A youth cybersecurity professor. I can't wait to see how this goes. Yolanda says Curtis will have plenty of time to think about his life with Portia if they ever get back together again. It will be short-lived. He will have time to see her for who she is. Enters Jordan, the other woman. And you know what? Here's the thing. Portia is not a bad person at all. It's just she's so annoying and self-righteous, and her lies are not lies because she's told them. You know, her manipulations aren't manipulations because she's doing them. That's what I don't like about Portia. LaShanta says, how many years did it take Carly to know Sonny's business? Nina said something about the shooting in front of Anna. I know. Then she told Olivia private information she got from Sonny and Diane about the SEC. Yes, she did. I am says Carly is pure street rat, con artist, and listened to Jason. Carly and Sonny are cut from the same cloth. LaShefter says, I can't stand Portia. The therapist told her, let Curtis choose. She had to stay away. I thought he was harsh, but I see what he's saying. Gregory was out of order. Alexis gave Esme a compliment. Ava, have a seat. You're the reason they in this mess. Sonny could not tell Ava nothing. She talks too much. Avery is a hot mess. She's a little spoiled, wasn't she? Here comes Nina. Betty's got fake information. She thought she was the one, but she is not. Sonny, she's telling your business, or she tells your business, must be Nina. Don't say anything. She won't like Dex. I don't know what that means. LaShanta. NK Rose says, I'm surprised Jocelyn isn't reflecting on her relationship while she judges her mom for protecting Sonny. Sabrina says, hi, Daily Recap Lady, regarding Esme and Alexis. So the writers want us to think that Spencer is so comfortable with Esme that he is sitting around discussing his family with her. I know. She is still thinking like they're a couple, but I think Alexis picked up on it. For me, I don't care what the writers do. She is not a redeemable character. She needs to pay for her crimes. Lastly, Spencer needs to go back to school, get a job, and move out of his grandmother's house. Not necessarily in that order. He can help Carly run Kelly's. Just get off the couch. That's just my thoughts. No, it's true. He needs some business classes so he can run the family business. Spencer graduated high school and never did any other higher education. None. And he needs to. He needs to expand his mind. DB says, I think Betty was the one who torched Anna's house. I don't think so at all. It wouldn't shock me if Valentine calls himself having a good reason for that one. I skipped most of the scenes and go straight to this review. Oh, thank you, DB. I'd rather see Sunny with Ava over Nina, but we all know it's a waste of time putting with anyone else other than Carly. Amber says, I just hope that the wedding happens next month instead of February, because it's time for Sunny to find out about Nina's lies and having lies and turning in Carly and Drew to the SEC. Then Olivia will help Sunny set up the wedding so that he could call out Nina and expose her in front of everyone on her wedding day. Then when Sunny makes Nina confess, they're finished for good. Come on, writers, please let this happen so that Nina's finally sees the real Sunny and have them break up for good. It's time for Nina to face her consequences. Jackie says Dex needs to stop telling Jocelyn all the details of his work for Sunny, and Ava needs to stop telling Austin stuff. That is so true. P. Merle says, right, they both should know better. They sure should. Jackie says, I don't understand why they don't interview any black surrogates for at least a mixed girl, or at least a mixed girl. Well, it doesn't matter because the baby is going to be mixed. TJ is supplying the sperm. So it's fine that they have a Caucasian surrogate because she's supplying her egg and Molly is Caucasian. So it fits because it'll still be TJ's sperm, surrogate's egg, that's going to create a mixed baby. So good. Jackie says they don't have to choose just for they don't have to choose them just for representation, for show interviews all possibilities. I don't get that part. Janice says Portia is stalking Curtis. Lisa says, we don't know what Victor did when he poisoned Valentine. That is true. He was hallucinating that Helena was there to him in Greaseland. Yeah, but remember, Obred is the one that mixed that toxin. Okay. Lisa also says Betty needs to get busted. He wants her to run this information to Mason. Dex will probably get caught listening to her. Nope, he didn't. And then Dex busts her snooping through the envelopes. Betty long for art supplies. Now she is stupid. Nina thinks she is all in. She gets pissed and think she can go all mad, wanting to go into the penthouse and wants to know everything that's happening. He is a mobster. Nina is pissed off. He won't tell her what is going on. It's not her business. Let's see what time we're at here. Okay, everybody, that's all the time I have for Comment Corner. We've got so many more comments. Thank you so much for your comments. I went to 12 minutes here. I will be back tomorrow for another daily recap of General Hospital.